Welcome back to TFAX, your go-to destination for all the latest and greatest in Survivor news. Today, we're diving into 4 intriguing stories that are shaking up the Survivor community. So grab your torches, gather your alliances, and let's get started. First up, we have a fascinating look at the strict rules and regulations that castaways must follow on Survivor. From what they can bring and wear to the contracts they sign, the behind-the-scenes details will blow your mind. Next, we're shining the spotlight on Survivor 48's underdog, Zheng. With her trusty ally Kinne now eliminated, can she shake things up and rally new alliances to take down the strongest players in the game? Stay tuned to find out. In our third story, we sit down for an exclusive interview with Survivor's own Libby Vincek. She'll share her experiences from the game and give her insights on the current season. You don't want to miss her thoughts. And finally, we hear from Kinne himself after his shocking blindside on Survivor 48. He opens up about his alliance with Joe and reflects on the twists and turns that led to his early exit. What did he learn from this experience? Let's find out. Let's dive into our first story, where we explore the strict rules and regulations that every Survivor castaway must adhere to during their time in the game. Since its debut in 2000, Survivor has made significant changes, but one aspect that remains unchanged is the rigorous guidelines that govern the castaways' behavior. First and foremost, safety is a top priority. Each contestant must sign an extensive contract prior to filming, which includes a crucial agreement to be filmed around the clock, with absolutely no expectation of privacy. This means that every moment, from the thrilling to the mundane, is captured for the viewers at home. The rules don't stop once the contestants are sent home. Those who are voted out and do not make the jury aren't immediately free to go. Instead, they must stay with production in a designated location until the season wraps up at no expense to them. It's a unique part of the experience, ensuring that all castaways remain under the show's watchful eye. Occasionally, contestants break these rules, which can lead to significant consequences. For instance, during the 2016 season, Millennials vs. Gen X, the cast had to be evacuated due to a cyclone. This marked a historic first for the show, as the entire cast was relocated to a base camp where they had to spend the night with no comforts, no food, blankets, or pillows, while being monitored by producers. Host Jeff Probst shared his thoughts on the situation, emphasizing their decision to keep everyone together for safety. Despite the uncomfortable conditions, the contestants honored the spirit of the game and refrained from discussing strategy that night. Another interesting rule in the game is concerning alliances. While forming relationships is pivotal, agreeing to share the $1 million prize is strictly prohibited and can result in severe penalties. The contracts and non-disclosure agreements that contestants sign extend even after the show has concluded, ensuring secrecy until 3 years after the airing of their season. Overall, the rules of Survivor are designed not only to create a fair competitive environment, but also to safeguard everyone's well-being throughout the intense experience. So next time you watch a challenge or a tribal council, remember all the behind-the-scenes regulations that keep the game running smoothly. Now, let's turn our attention to Survivor 48 and the game-changing moment involving one of its most intriguing players, Zheng. This past Wednesday, viewers witnessed a dramatic shake-up when the season's most threatening villain, Kinne, was blindsided and sent packing from the competition. The move shocked many fans and sent ripples through the dynamics of the game. With Kinne out of the picture, Zheng suddenly finds herself in a unique position. Despite being part of a tight alliance, her loyalty to Kinne has now placed her next on the chopping block. However, this also opens up a new opportunity for her. Zheng is now looking to rally the remaining outcasts still in the game to eliminate the strong alliance that has been dominating the competition. In a tantalizing preview for episode 10, we see Mary actively engaging with the sidelined castaways, Mitch Guerra and Star Toomey, who have often felt left out since the merge. As Survivor fans know, the best way to change the course of the game is to build alliances, and it looks like Mary is ready to make her move. If Zheng can successfully convince Guerra and Toomey to join forces, she could orchestrate a powerful new alliance that may challenge the existing power players. Joe Hunter, Eva Eriksson, Kyle Fraser, and Shahin Davari. But there's another twist in play. Zheng will need the assistance of Camilla Carthagesu, who has been navigating the game as somewhat of a wild card, all while providing valuable intel to the strong four. The stakes are high, as Zheng has to consider her next moves carefully. While she aspires to build a compelling new alliance, she must also ensure that her remaining allies can survive until the end. If she faces off against the strong players alone, her chances of making it to the final stages are slim. What will it take for Mary to secure her spot in the final three? She'll need to showcase her strategic prowess, perhaps even considering making bold moves and winning crucial immunity challenges to make her mark in this season's history. But as we know, in Survivor, it's not just about making it to the end. It's about who you take with you and how well you can present your case to the jury. Will Mary be able to flip the game on its head and redefine her narrative from underdog to contender? Stay tuned as we follow her journey through the thrilling twists and turns of Survivor 48. In our third story, we're excited to bring you an exclusive interview with Survivor's own Libby Vincek. Known for her memorable moments in the game, Libby sat down to share her insights and thoughts on the current season of Survivor. During the interview, Libby reflected on her own experiences and the dynamics of gameplay that have unfolded this season. She emphasized the importance of strategic alliances, discussing how they can shift dramatically from one week to the next. "It's incredible to see how quickly relationships evolve in Survivor," Libby remarked. "One moment, you think you're safe, and the next, everything can change." She also delved into the challenges of managing trust among castaways. "You really have to be aware of your surroundings and who you can rely on," she explained. "Sometimes the people you think you can trust can turn out to be the ones who blindside you, just like we saw with David Kinne this season." Libby then shared her thoughts on the remaining players, offering her predictions on which castaways have the potential to go far. "There are some really strong competitors this season," she noted. "I'm particularly interested in how Mary Zheng navigates the next few episodes. She's had her back against the wall, but that can sometimes lead to the most fascinating gameplay." Fans are eager to hear more from Libby as she continues to watch the unfolding drama of Survivor 48. With her genuine passion for the game and her keen understanding of strategy, there's no doubt that her insights are valuable for both players and viewers alike. Make sure to catch the full interview to gain even deeper insights into the mind of a Survivor competitor and what it truly takes to maneuver through this complex game. Libby Vincek's perspective is one you won't want to miss. And finally, we hear from David Kinne himself after his shocking blindside in Survivor 48. In a heartfelt and candid post-elimination interview, David opens up about his experiences and the emotions that surrounded his unexpected exit from the game. Reflecting on the pivotal moment during Episode 9, David expressed surprise at being blindsided by what he thought was a solid alliance. "It's tough to put into words what it feels like to be sent home after working so hard," he admitted. "I truly believed I had Joe's back, and when that loyalty was put into question, it hit me hard." Throughout the interview, David detailed the specific agreements he had believed existed within his alliance, especially with Joe. "We had some discussions that made me think we were on the same page," he shared. "But when the votes shifted, I realized that things weren't as sturdy as I thought." Despite his disappointment, David maintained a respectful attitude towards his former allies. "I appreciate the gameplay and the dynamics of Survivor," he said. "Even when things don't go your way, you have to respect the moves that others make, including Joe's. He's a good player, and I look up to him outside of the game." As he reflected on his time in the competition, David offered insights about the importance of trust and communication. "In Survivor, you have to navigate strong personalities and competing interests, and sometimes it just takes one misstep to change everything," he noted. Fans are left to ponder what might have been had the alliance held true. David's journey reminds us all of the unpredictable nature of the game and the fine line between triumph and defeat. Stay tuned for all the twists and turns as Survivor 48 progresses, and hear more personal stories from those who experience the game firsthand, just like David Kinne did.